This is Kilmartin Glen in Argyll, and it's thought to be the most important concentration of Bronze Age and Neolithic remains in Scotland. A lot of it predates the Romans, the ancient Greeks, even the pyramids. You can find 350 ancient monuments within a 6-mile radius, and more than 150 of them are prehistoric. Welcome to Scotland Unplugged and the mysteries of Kilmartin Glen. It's a bit off the beaten track, depending on where you live. It takes about 3 hours of scenic driving from Edinburgh. I drove up through the heart of the country and down the shores of Loch Awe. Kilmartin Village is home to a museum dedicated to the area. Just make sure you check their website. Opening hours are more limited in the winter. From there you can follow a path 5,500 years into the past. This is Templewood Stone Circle, and this is also Templewood Stone Circle. The smaller northern circle was begun around 5,000 years ago. Originally the posts were made of wood, then they were replaced with stone. They're not actually there anymore, but you can see, if you look over here, these concrete blocks which mark the position of the original stones, although obviously not the original wood. This is obviously the newer, fancier, upgraded model. There are actually 2 burial kists, one of which you can see in the centre there behind me. When they excavated in the 1970s, they didn't actually find a body because it basically dissolved away in the acidic soil, which is a bit of a recurring theme around here. To the northeast of the inner circle was a small cairn with a false portal aligned to the midwinter moonrise, and other parts of the site aligned to the winter solstice. The people that lived here would have been farmers and therefore very much at the mercy of the elements, so you can see why they paid so much attention to the stars and the moon and the sun and whatever else. If the sun can mess up your life, you're going to do whatever mad dance or ceremony or whatever around these stones just to keep it happy. This was the ceremonial heart of Kilmartin Glen, and you can only wonder what kind of stuff went on around here. It's got a very Stairway to Heaven vibe. These are the Netherlargy standing stones. They're thought to have been put here about 3,000 years ago. For context, Templewood is just over there behind me, and over there you'll find the start of a row of burial cairns leading up to Kilmartin village. The stones have been arranged in a kind of a slim X shape. There is a theory that they were built by the farmers that lived here to align with the movement of the stars, possibly on an 18.5-year cycle. That sounds like they're reaching a little bit, but we'll go with it. If you look at the stones closely, you can see cup markings. When I was growing up at primary school, people used to tell us about cup and ring marked stones, and I never quite knew what they meant. This is the first time I've actually ever seen them. I was going to say in the flesh, but in the stone. No rings this time, but definitely cup marks that you can see. And it's thought they were actually carved about 1,500 years before the stones were brought here. Kilmartin Glen's home to some of the most complicated rock art in Scotland, and no one knows what most of it means. At Achnabrek, you can take a trail through the woods and explore the cup and ring markings. I just ran out of daylight. This is the Netherlargy South Cairn, and it's thought this was built sometime around 5,500 to 5,600 years ago, and originally it would look quite different. You can actually just about walk all the way through it. There would have been 4 separate burial kists in there, but at some point it was changed into a big sort of chamber, and you can see one of the original burial kists at the back. This is one of the oldest parts of Kilmartin Glen, and for me, for what it's worth, the most impressive bit I've seen so far. The chambered cairns, rock art and standing stones remind me of home in Galloway, and it's thought they must have been connected, even though they were 100 miles away. This is the Netherlargy Mid Cairn, and as the name suggests, it's right in the middle of a line of burial cairns, stretching from the south of the glen to the north, beginning with Rycruin at the bottom, Netherlargy South Cairn, Netherlargy Mid Cairn, Netherlargy North Cairn, and the Glebe Cairn, just to destroy the whole sequential thing. There was another cairn, but it was destroyed sometime in the 19th century. It's worth pointing out that these cairns have been moved around a little bit. You can see over there, there is a nice dry stone dyke. I get the feeling James Parker, sculptor, might enjoy himself quite a lot up here. He does like a bargain. Two important people were buried here around 4,000 years ago, and you can still see a cast over there behind me today. Although it looks slightly different than it would have done then.
It's the same with all the cairns. They've moved around a bit over time, and their original occupants are long gone. They've vanished into the earth, leaving behind pottery, jewellery and the occasional tooth.
This place is insane, there's just so much going on.
I've barely scratched the surface this time. I haven't seen the hill fort at Dunad or the sun going down on the carvings at Achnabreg. I haven't been to the museum or seen the tombstones in the church, or visited the castle. It's a lot to cram into one day, but when the days are longer, I'll be back.